February not only brings with it the snow, but also the final stretch of Big Ten Conference basketball. Hello, everyone, and welcome into tonight's matchup between Michigan State and Rutgers from East Lansing. I'm David Greenberg alongside Alexis Ayala. Lexi, Scarlet Knights a little bit short-handed tonight. Only 8 players made the trip, but that's okay because they have Arella Guarentis in town.
Guarentis is an extremely talented basketball player. Susie Merchant agrees. She said she is a prolific scorer. And the only way we can stop it is to stop her from even getting the ball. But she's going to get the ball. And when she does, she said she's just so athletic that she can just elevate over us, create her own shot. And she had her season high 28 points against Michigan State, and Rutgers lost last time they played.
Yeah, just a phenomenal player. And for the Spartans, Kayla Bellis could have herself a big night as well.
And she's not typically one of our key players, but she's been making her rounds. Her last 3 games, she's been scoring in double digits. She's Michigan State's leading rebounder, and she's been battling a minor injury. They thought it could have been a torn meniscus, but it's not. It's just a burst of sac, inflammation, but she's battling through it, and she's doing a great job doing that.
And for more on tonight's matchup, let's send it over to the third member of our crew, Elias Bertrand.
Thank you,
Middle of
David,
February not only brings with it the snow, but also the middle of February not only brings with it
the Center, even though it's coming down outside. Today I had the opportunity to talk to 2 Michigan State basketball players, and they said the only way to beat Rutgers is to be physical on the court, whatever that looks like for them. Nia Clouden knocking down shots, or Kayla Bellis under the basket getting rebounds. It's going to be a great matchup today. Back to you guys in the booth.
In place of Holly tonight.
Yeah, Nia Holly has been really such a tremendous player for the Spartans. Senior year, she's such a leader on this team, and finally getting the opportunity to start. Tonight didn't get the tip, but we're just moments away from tip-off here in East Lansing. Tipping for the Spartans is Kayla Bellis. Tipping for the Scarlet Knights is WALLACE. Slow start for the Spartans as Taryn McCutcheon, the senior, hit that first three, and it looked like it was really going to be the start that Michigan State needed to this game.
Well, Merchant said, we have to come into this game and straight up scrap. She said Rutgers are a tough team. They're going to be fouling all game long, and the refs can't call every foul. So they just have to get used to it and scrap right back, but we're just not seeing that right now.
Yeah, Rutgers is a very good defensive team. They rank first in the Big Ten in defense, allowing only 55 points per game.
Yeah, they also rank number 9 in the nation in field goal percentage defense at 33%, number 19 in the nation in scoring defense, like you said, at only 55 points a game.
Michigan State definitely going to need to get inside the paint today. Interesting choice from Coach Susie Merchant to not go with Nia Holly as opposed to Tori Osmond, going with a little bit smaller of a lineup to try and be quicker around.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, especially when Merchant's main goal tonight was to come in and just really scrap, like she was saying. Holly is that scrapper player. She comes in with straight hustle 24/7. That's her game.
And you just saw the replays there from the start of this game. Started out hot for the Spartans. Taryn McCutcheon hitting that three from the wing, but it was all Scarlet Knights after that.
Back to their defense, they've also held 22 of 23 opponents under their scoring averages. It's pretty interesting.
Action just about to be started back up. Take a look at Susie Merchant here in her 24th season. In 24th season as a head coach, 13th season with Michigan State, 265 and 134 record, 127 and 77 in the Big Ten. Good for a 62% win percentage. Such a great coach. Definitely a legend here at Michigan State.
Oh, absolutely. I remember going to the Michigan State camps myself in middle school. Bellis with a nice bucket down low, and just always admiring the mentality that MSU basketball coaches have, and Susie Merchant completely embodies that.
Susie Merchant going to be happy with the start right out of the timeout for the Spartans as Kayla Bellis kisses that one off the glass. Garentis up top for Rutgers now. Kicks it out to Giles. Sanders coming around the corner. Motioning. Wallace inside. Guarded by Bellis. She's going to put that one up and get it to go. As you said, points in the paint. Very big for Rutgers so far.
And it's going to be tough on Bellis because a lot of times she does get in foul trouble early, and she cannot do that today.
Maura Joyner connects from deep. She had 20 in the last meeting at Rutgers, and today starts out 1 for 1.
That was actually her first 20-ball game, was against Rutgers. A lot more to come from Joyner.
Good cut there from Sanders. Can't get that one to go. Joyner in transition, trying to find someone, but good D there from the Scarlet Knights. Joyner into the corner, goes McCutcheon to Clouden, and Clouden on the drive gets tripped up. Gonna be a foul there.
Yeah, Mac didn't like that one, but when you trip a player, whether it's an accident or not, you're gonna get called on that.
Took a look at the replay there. Nothing like a little physical contact to get the game started. Down low for McCutcheon. Wanted Clouden right there.
Half
down
a second
low.
Too late.
Clouden setting it up. Gets the screen from Bellis to the right. Good help D, but Clouden on the recovery, not able to finish. Gonna be Spartan ball.
I'm getting a little irritated, just the basketball player myself, watching Bellis work so hard, setting screens, rolling, posting, and not getting the ball. She's doing all that dirty work and not getting it.
McCutcheon up top, guarded by Giles. McCutcheon on the cut, hands it off to Joyner. Holly comes in now, and she's going to go for a layup that doesn't go, rebounded by Wallace. Sanders looking to push. Goes over to Garentes, and great defense there from Joyner. She forces the turnover. Or Joyner, one of those really talented up-and-coming freshmen for Susie Merchant.
Oh yeah, she's looking to place herself among the top rookies in MSU history. She's made 33 pointers this season, just 6 away from tying Kalisha Keene, who has 36 as a freshman.
That one, Sanders looking up to Giles. Good help defense there from the Spartans. Garentes looked like she pulled up. In the backcourt, took a hard fall was Takia Mack. She went to go save that ball. Took a dive into the stands there. She gets it back and inside now to Wallace, and Wallace finishes the and one. Takia Mack was very happy about that one afterwards.
Yeah, not the best foul for Clouden. I mean, it was a complete mismatch down low. Clouden just too small for her, so if she was gonna foul, she had to make sure that she wasn't gonna get the and one.
And one from Wallace gets it to go. Clouden now taking charge. Over to Holly. To the wing is McCutcheon. She's gonna pull up from 3. That one rattles in and out. Good rebound from Bellis. Goes up strong with it and gets it to fall. Great job there by Kayla Bellis, using her body to get in front.
Great footwork. She does a good job at the body movement, really feeling where the defender is on her back so that she can spin right at the correct time and get the bucket there.
Garentes looking for help. Dumps it over to Giles. Giles back to Garentes. Garentes so talented. Pulls up from the baseline and hits that one. You can see the footwork there. We were watching it in pregame. She's so talented, averaging 19 points.
Oh yeah, 2018, 2019, she was a redshirt sophomore with an honorable mention All Big Ten, and I think she's gonna get some bigger honors this year.
Bad pass there from Holly. That one turned over. Going the other way with it. Sanders setting up the offense now. Into the corner is Garentes. Every time she gets the ball, you think she's just going to pull up from all over. Good crossover there from her. Pulls up just past the elbow. Sanders gets that one off at the last second. Good board there from Wallace, and she finishes. Kayla Bellis just not being able to get anything going defensively against Wallace. Joyner from deep, and she hits it. Exactly the answer Michigan State needed.
Looking like that's her little sweet spot tonight. There it is again.
One thing about Sanders, coming into tonight, she was 9 assists away from being the 10th player in Rutgers history to reach 400 assists. So we will definitely keep track of that tonight and see if she surpasses that. Good cut there. Garentes has it in the corner, trying to make a move. Giles underneath, and she lays it off the glass. Rutgers offense just clicking offensively. McCutcheon over to Clouden now. Good crossover. McCutcheon back into the corner for Holly. Pulls up from deep. Can't get it to go off the front iron. That one turned over. Bellis has it down low. And a block. Sanders thought she had her feet set, but just in the wrong angle there. So Bellis causes the foul.
It kind of looked like she did have her feet set, but she turned around, and the second she turned around, she got trucked.
Checking in now for the Spartans, Aliza Winston, another one of those freshmen. So Clouden will hit the bench. Winston to inbound. Into Holly. Holly sees a lane. That one's blocked nicely there by Mack. Rutgers just so quick. Sanders pulls up from deep and can't get it to go. Oh, that is the end of the first quarter. A lot of Scarlet Knight basketball so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, if you're Michigan State and you're Susie Merchant, you really cannot be happy with letting Rutgers come out of the gates with 21 points to start this game.
Well, both teams will regather right after the break. Don't go anywhere. More Big Ten basketball. One more Big Ten basketball here on BTN+. Welcome back to East Lansing inside the Breslin Center. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a Division I women's basketball coaching legend. Vivian Stringer in her 24th season with the Scarlet Knights. 516 and 283 in that time. Such a great coach.
Oh yeah, the all-time winningest coach in Big Ten play. She leads the Scarlet Knights through the conference play 1 year after RU's most successful season in the league since joining in 14-15.
And McCutcheon pulls up from deep and hits that one right out of the break. Once again, Michigan State doing a nice job after a little bit of a break in action. 5-point game now. Sanders inside. Spinning around, looking for someone. Back out to Mack. Garentes just setting up the offense. Hands it off to Sanders. Back to Garentes. 5 on the shot clock. Garentes driving to the basket. Fading away, and she buries it. So talented offensively.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a good basket because Spartan defense was on point right there, and she's still going to score in that last second. Like Susie Merchant said, she can just elevate over us and create a basket at the buzzer.
Rutgers has just owned the paint this season, outscoring opponents by an average of 13 points per game down low. 18 at the end of the first quarter, now 20 points for Rutgers in the paint. Maura Joyner pulls up before the shot clock, can't get it to go.
And their other bucket didn't come from a three. They've also been on the free throw line, which comes from going hard in the paint.
Hands it off to Wallace. Good finish underneath. Garentes, such a threat. You always have to be watching her. That Bellis just slipped away and missed Wallace there. Wallace is having herself a game so far. 13 points to start it off. As McCutcheon pulls up from deep, that one can't go. And there's going to be a foul underneath. As Maura Joyner ends up on the floor.
Clouden coming in right now for Joyner. Quick sub.
Winston to inbound underneath. McCutcheon into the corner. Pulls back up top. Into the game now comes Aralt. Julia Aralt in the corner, back up top to Clouden. A good pass over to McCutcheon, and can't get that one to go. Aralt finishes underneath. Good rebound from her. A little bit of spark of energy there from the freshman.
Came flying in from the weak side rebound and put that one back up. Almost got blocked, but she went up strong and made sure that basket went in.
Wallace sends it over to Mack. Inside to Wallace, has a lane and rattles it home. Point number 15 for Jordan Wallace. She's now 7 of 8 to start this ball game.
Park's just kind of playing lazy right now. I'm assuming Bella's coming in for her.
Julia Aralt back over to Winston. Winston from deep. That one goes off the back iron. Wallace just a force to be reckoned with down low. Over to Giles. You can see Rutgers' game just not at all about the three ball. Michigan State has to find an answer if they want to stop Jordan Wallace down low. Garentes, nice move. Trying to find someone. That one's turned over. Good steal there by McCutcheon. McCutcheon looking up for Clouden. Clouden into the corner for Winston, and that one's off the mark. It's going to be another turnover for Michigan State. That's the type of key offensive ratio that Michigan State needs to convert on more.
And talking about Rutgers from the three, I don't know if I've seen Michigan State do it, but I think dropping into a 2-3 zone and just clogging the paint and letting them try to win from outside might be an option tonight.
Definitely something to consider. Sydney Dodd, freshman center on the bench, plays in limited roles, but she's 6'5", and she could absolutely help out. You can see there Jordan Wallace going over Bellis. Good finish there off the rebound from Mack.
And
just
exactly.
out-bodying Clouden.
Yeah, she's going to flex because, I mean, the whole team right now just looks like they are out-strengthening the Spartans. Bellis gets a bucket right there, but we definitely have to see MSU take it personal. Bellis' bucket again right here, but absolutely on defense, they have to take it personal. And if you get scored on and someone's flexing in your face, I'm not letting them score again.
Durentis turns it over to Aralt. Clouden, one-on-one. Can she finish? Gets it to fall. Just like that, Rutgers is back on offense. 7-point game now. You can see the size differential between Rutgers, just a bit taller than Michigan State. Giles pulls up from deep on that one, can't get it to go, and it's going to go out of bounds and be a Spartan ball. Coming back in for the Spartans is Tori Osmond. Taking a seat is Aliza Winston. Lexi, what do you think Michigan State has to continue to do the rest of the second quarter if they want to carry some momentum going into halftime?
I mean, they just have to dig down. Merchant talked about how they were going to come in here and scrap, and I'm starting to see some of it come out a little bit, but they got to dig a lot harder than that if they don't want to let Rutgers get the revenge back here at the Breslin.
Michigan State going pretty young on the floor. Tori Osmond, a sophomore, Nia Clouden, a freshman. Nia Clouden, a sophomore, along with Aralt, who's a freshman, and Bellis, who's a sophomore. Only true veteran is Taryn McCutcheon, the senior. Good defense there from McCutcheon. Giles had the height advantage, but that wasn't going to stop McCutcheon. Over to Clouden in the corner for Osmond. Osmond on the drive, flips it to Aralt. Can she get it to go? And it does not fall.
It was a nice play, though. That was a good thought. Aralt actually just had her first double-double not too long ago, and she said, it's awesome. Not that I just got that double-double, but she said, the fans, the bench, when we get the energy going on the bench like that, it keeps us going too.
Sanders misses deep. Clouden in transition. McCutcheon wants it back. Osmond into the corner to Aralt. That one left short. Gonna be Scarlet Knight ball. As we mentioned, Aralt, such a versatile player, averaging 5 points and almost 5 rebounds, but she's got 21 assists, 19 blocks, and 20 steals. So just overall, a very talented player. See if she's back on the floor after more action here at the Breslin Center. Back in at the Breslin Center. Michigan State, bit of a tough go as of late. Lost 5 straight since their last contest with Rutgers at Rutgers when they won 66-55. Trying to turn it around tonight. Only a 7-point game and a lot of basketball to be played.
Well, Michigan State is looking to snap that 5-game losing streak. It featured 4 top 25 Big Ten opponents, and they played 3 of those 4 on the road. So you can't really turn your eyes to that. It's not like they're losing to a bad team. You know, they are playing tough competition, but they just got to get used to it. I mean, Merchant said everybody always has to be ready. People have gone down, and other people have to show up whether they're ready or not, and we have to hold ourselves accountable.
In the corner, Giles gets that one to fall. Rutgers back up by 9. As you said, a very tough go of it for Michigan State. Rutgers is about to face the exact same schedule. A bunch of tough games. That's why they need to come away with a win here tonight in East Lansing, as we mentioned before, if they want to keep their hopes alive of the tournament.
And it is in that home stretch right now. March is right around the corner, so everyone's going to be playing for all the marbles right now.
In for the Scarlet Knights out. Now for the first time tonight is McGlory, wearing a face mask, so she must have had some sort of facial injury. Up top. Now down low is Garentis. Good rebound there from Clouden. Clouden looking to push, has Aralt. Pulls up, over to Joyner. Joyner from deep. That one left a little bit too short. Aralt, some physical play out here. That time just a little bit too reckless.
Little reckless, but that's a foul that I just would not be mad about. Yeah, it's way too far away from your basket, but she's going for an offensive board, and that's hustle.
Saw the replay there. Mac just getting trucked a little bit. Didn't like that one at all. McCutcheon coming in for Osmond on the other end.
Back to McGlory for Rutgers. Talking about a three-point presence kind of being missing for Rutgers. She's the one that you'd have to look out for. She's tied for 11th in school history with 112 career three-pointers.
And Lexi, you mentioned earlier with how well Rutgers has been playing in the paint, you'd switch to a 2-3 zone, and it looks like that's what Susie Merchant did, and it's paying off tremendously here.
I mean, it makes sense.
On the other end, Clouden, good finish there. Clouden, such a talented sophomore. You see the finish off the glass.
It took Merchant a second to switch into that zone, but I mean, it makes sense. She wanted to see if her players were going to dig in and grind it out and play face up, man to man the right way. But I mean, like you said, that size difference and that block just sent out of there is just too much for the Spartans to handle.
Between the legs pass from Mac to McGlory.
They are just having fun playing basketball out here right now.
Down low. Can't get anything to go there. And it's going to be the Spartan ball again. And once again, Michigan State's 2-3 zone holding up.
I love the flashiness that the Scarlet Knights play with.
Giles goes to the bench for Rutgers. Sanders comes in. Checking in for the first time is Maury Davenport. Now Nia Holly coming back in for the Spartans as well. So a couple of substitutions here with about a minute left until halftime. Michigan State trying to gain some more momentum. Clouden dancing, looking for some help. Joyner up top. Being guarded by Sanders. Shot clock down to 3. And another turnover for the Spartans. Mack is pushing and can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Garentes. She's going to pull that one back. 9 seconds different between shot and game clock. Sanders setting up a play. 10 to go here on the shot clock. McGlory from deep. Just wide. And a foul on the floor. Kayla Bellis called for a foul there. About 10 seconds to go here before halftime.
Looks like Rutgers will have the ball for the last shot of the half. We got a couple of subs coming in. Giles for the Scarlet Knights.
No
and
surprise, Wallace coming back in for the Knights. She's leading the way with 15 points. Back in the corner. 8 to go. 5 more for Garentes. Who else but her? Pulls up. Cannot get it to go. In and out. That's going to do it for the first half. Rutgers on top. 31-24. Michigan State kind of came back there at the end. But a little, but not enough. Lexi, what did you think of that first half?
I think the first quarter sloppy basketball for Michigan State, but as you can see, we're having some hustle from A-Roll and other players on the team despite made baskets still going in for Rutgers. Michigan State is making a comeback tonight, and they're doing that from the defensive end. They're in the 2-3 zone, and they're clogging the paint because that's where Rutgers gets all their bunnies from.
Don't go anywhere. More basketball to come. Rutgers on top, 31-24 in East Lansing. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Breslin Center. The Scarlet Knights are leading Michigan State 31-24. And what an exciting game it's been so far. You can see the energy going off into the players. I overheard Rutgers head coach Vivian Stringer telling the girls to take charge of the court and play with confidence, and you can see that happening. Now Michigan State is going to need to take charge and start knocking some points down. Now I'm going to send it back to you, David and Lexi.
But quickly, let's take a look at some first half stats. Close on pretty much all fronts. Michigan State kind of keeping it a little closer. You can see the rebounding 19-15, but the big one, once again, turnovers has been a killer for Michigan State. 16 against Northwestern. See if they can kind of eliminate those here in the second half. Garentis has it up top. Over to the side to Mack. Mack, good, up and under. Mack played all 20 minutes of that first half there.
She has a good time playing basketball. I like watching her play. She's flexing, she's cradling, she's
showing it off.
Yeah, showing off, and I think that's what basketball is about. If you're not having fun, playing the game that you love, then why are you playing?
Pass for Bellis, just a bit out of her reach. Garentis has it up top. Joyner on the defense now. Sanders back over to Wallace up top. We saw the 2-3 zone working a lot for Michigan State at the end of that first half, electing now to go back to man. Lexi, what do you think of that decision?
I don't like it. I mean, I get why they're doing it, but I think a win is just a lot more important right now after going 5 games without one.
Tori Osmond getting the start again in the second half. Pulls up from deep, and she buries it. Nothing but net. Just what the Spartans needed to start off that second half. Giles now has it on the wing. Over to Sanders. Open underneath is Mack. Joyner there for the help defense. Good steal there from Clouden. But stolen right back, and Mack finishes it off the glass. She has been a force to be reckoned with in today's game. Great start for her coming out of the second half.
Rutgers just does so much off-the-ball movement that's why it's hard for Michigan State to keep up man-to-man, because they are moving, and when you're clogging the paint in a zone, there's just not as much space to be cutting in and out.
McCutcheon trying to pull up, has Clouden outside. Clouden from deep, and hits it. Nia Clouden with the 3. So back-to-back threes now for Michigan State.
Finally, some high energy from the bench over there, getting their team morale high and excited. And that's what they need to dig in for this game.
First half, Michigan State was 4 of 16 from 3. Now 2 of 2 already.
Another bucket right there. In the paint, of course. Michigan State, when they were in the 2-3 zone, they went 3 minutes and 45 seconds without Rutgers scoring in the paint. after 26 points in it. Of course, second half, that's where most of their points have come from already so far.
Good play in transition from Rutgers there. Giles draws the foul. Unhappy with that. As you can see it again, Joyner tried to draw the charge, but didn't have her feet set, so she's going to go to the line for two. 71% free throw shooter.
Another big thing, if you're not taking it in the chest, then it's not going to be a charge. It has to be straight on, or they're going to call that a blocking foul.
Gets the second one to go. Clouden taking it up now for Michigan State. Osmond looking for some help. Looks like we're going to see Sydney Dodd for the first time coming in at the next whistle. Clouden up top. Osmond on the screen. On the wing. Tipped away there from Giles. Sub coming in, Sydney Giles coming in for Kayla Bellis, trying to stop Jordan Wallace down low. As we mentioned, Rutgers so good at scoring in the paint, outscoring their opponents on an average of 13 points per game down low. That time they forced the turnover there. Garentes to inbounds for Rutgers. Getting the call from Coach Vivian Stringer. Sydney Dodd, just a little bit of extra height might do the difference. Jordan Wallace, 6'3". Dodd is 6'5", so actually has a little bit of extra height. Giles back up top to Garentes.
Smart move back in the 2-3 zone right here. A lot of cutting and screening, but cutting and screening just bodies.
Wallace from the baseline, can't get it to go, but rebounded by Giles. She's been all over the place here in this one. 9 points in 24 minutes. Rutgers just such a scrappy basketball team. Tons of talent as well. Garentes posting up Joyner. Pulls up. Past the elbow. Can't get it to go. But again, another rebound for Rutgers. That's been Michigan State's struggle all year long.
Dodd with the foul right there. And she was straight up, but whether you're straight up or not, if you throw your body into someone, and honestly, even if they throw their body into you, a lot of times just being that big, you're going to get called.
Exactly. She goes with her arms up, but can't get anything going there. As we mentioned, rebounding been a huge factor for Michigan State. Michigan State, offensive rebound-wise, so talented with 14.7 per game. Let's take a look at some Big Ten standings here. Rutgers not ranked in the top 25, but just outside. They're 5th in the Big Ten. Few spots down at the 11th spot. Michigan State, tough go of it as of late, as we mentioned, 5 straight. But don't go anywhere. There's more Spartan Scarlet Knight basketball to be played here at the Breslin Center. We will be right back. Back in here at the Breslin Center. We talked about all game long how well Rutgers has been playing in the paint here.
Getting word from a ref right now.
Yeah,
David, do you want to reiterate that for us?
So the referee just said that they're going to add 15 seconds back to the game because of some malfunction with the clock error. So Sanders is going to be at the line for Rutgers to start here just after the break, and she hits the first. But before we were just talking about how well Rutgers is playing in the paint, obviously, but how turnovers have been killing Michigan State as Sanders hits the second. And points off of turnovers, Rutgers is leading Michigan State 13-4 in that category.
And this, unfortunately for the Spartans, is just not new as they get a turnover, offensive foul right now. But, yeah, this isn't new. Oftentimes, their turnovers are always turning into second chance points for the other team, but on the flip end, they never really take advantage of their opponent's turnovers and getting points off of that. Like you said, they only have 4 to Rutgers 13.
Garentis underneath, has a lane on the spin, can't get it to go. Good rebound there from Sydney Dodd, the freshman. Out to Clouden now. Michigan State has to get it going in transition. On fast break points, they lead Rutgers 7-4. Good defense there from Jordan Wallace on the pass in to Dodd. McCutcheon underneath. Gets it to Clouden. Foul there from Giles. Just trying to go for the ball, but got in Clouden's way. It's going to be a ball over by the Michigan State bench.
Something pretty cool to me about Giles is she actually said that the best player she's ever competed against is her own teammate, Aurela Garantes. So a lot of team chemistry right here and a lot of respect for each other as basketball players on the court.
Yeah, lots of high-level basketball being played by Rutgers right now. They have an identity, and they are sticking to it. Clouden pulls up from beyond the arc, can't get it to go. Shot clock was winding down. That one comes back out to Osmond, over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon thought about it. Joyner back over to McCutcheon, now to Osmond, top of the key. Clouden calling for a screen there from Osmond. Drives to the hoop. That one's stuffed away by Mack. With a vengeance. The face she made after that one, staring her down.
Great block by her. I think that's her second one of the night. Both very big blocks. Third. She is on Spartans' grill today.
Joyner looking for some help from Osmond. Clouden now has it for Michigan State. Still lots of basketball left to be played. Michigan State is not out of the fight, but they have to close the game out. Osmond, good crossover to the hoop, and gets it to go on the N1 off the glass. Nice finish there from Tori Osmond.
Great bucket from her. You'll see her again right here as she hits the wood and gets the N1. We'll see if she can make a third point count from the charity line.
Nice job there from Osmond. That might be the momentum Michigan State needed to try and get back in this one. And she hits the N1, only down by 9 now. So in for the Spartans. Osmond checks out. Aralt comes in. So does Bellis for Sydney Dodd. A little bit of life here at the Breslin Center for the Spartans. Been all Rutgers most of the way, but Michigan State's keeping it pretty close. Within striking distance. Sanders has it now for the Scarlet Knights, swinging it all the way around. Inside now to Mack. Mack has a lane, puts it up, can't get it to go, but good rebound there by Wallace. Aralt can't corral it, and the shot clock goes off. Rutgers a little bit confused. They thought that one of those shots had gone off the iron. Vivian Stringer talking with the referee. She doesn't like the call. She thinks that it went off the rim. So it looks like we might take a look at this one.
I don't know. To me, it looked pretty close, but I wasn't sure. We're going to get an explanation right now. Referee just came over to inform us that they're going to go to the monitor, double check and make sure that to see if it did hit the rim. From your perspective, Lexi, what did you see? Did you think that it hit it?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I was just really focused after the fact, after the ball was bobbling around on the floor, hundreds of hands on it, trying to get hold of possession of the basketball before the shot clock buzzer went off. But they're going to say call stays, and it did not hit any iron, so it's going to go back to Spartan basketball, and Rutgers is going to take the defense.
It was close, but they confirmed it. Shot clock violation. Can feel the energy starting to pick up here in the Breslin. Clouden will take it for the Spartans. Screen comes from Bellis. Underneath, she had her for a second. Bellis has been really good tonight. 6 points, 5 rebounds. That one from Julia Aralt gets it to go.
Nice pull up from her.
Michigan State clawing their way back. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Sanders getting the screen from Mack. Inside to Wallace, to the corner for Garentes. That one's stolen away by Nia Clouden. One-on-one matchup, and she's fouled. So she's going to go to the line for two. Good job by Nia Clouden. She's so good at those matchups in transition, just drawing the contact, loves the physicality.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. I love watching her driving, especially on a one-on-one like that, because she's going to take her shoulder and she's ready to dip in and create that contact to get the foul call, but she didn't even have to really dip in. She just got fouled right before that happened.
She's such a good free throw shooter, too, as she hits the first one. 81.5% free throw shooter.
Yeah, Clouden is among the best in several categories in the Big Ten right now. She's currently 11th in scoring, 3rd in free throw percentage at 81%. She's providing help on the defensive end of the ball as well, tied for 6th in steals. In Big Ten games, she's tied for 6th in assists. And she's also tied for 7th in league games in assists to turnover ratio. So she is really the epitome of an all-around basketball player.
She's going to be one of the Spartan greats for sure. Garentes driving inside, has a lane with the left hand, can't get it to go. Clouden in transition. Michigan State picking it up offensively. Joyner wanted to pull up, but passes to McCutcheon in the corner and buries the triple. Taryn McCutcheon pulls the Spartans to within 3. Vivian Stringer not happy with the way her team's played off defensively. As you see, the triple from Taryn McCutcheon again. Great pass from Maura Joyner. Michigan State within 3 now.
And that's just great selfless team basketball from the Spartans. Joyner had that shot. She wanted that shot, but she's going to say, we'll make that one more pass and pass up a good shot for a better one. And that's exactly what happened. Another 3-ball for Michigan State, bringing them within only 3 after being down by, 12 at one point?
We take a look here as Rutgers is looking to turn it around out of the timeout. Their upcoming schedule. A couple of losses in February, but had the win at Penn State. Game today, and looking forward, they'll play Michigan at home, go to Northwestern, and then round out the season at home with Ohio State and Wisconsin. So some more tough matchups for Rutgers. They had mentioned before the game, this is a absolute must-win for them. You can look at the Spartans' record, 11-12. They might not be at their best right now, but they are playing very, very tough as of late. You can see now the upcoming schedule for Michigan State. Some tough losses. The game today against Rutgers. They'll play at home versus Minnesota, then travel to Purdue. Michigan at home, and then round out the season on the road in Champaign. So both teams coming down the final stretch of Big Ten play, looking to come away with the best possible outcomes.
Back to Michigan State injuries, it's just hard not to continue to bring it up because coming into the season, you were thinking the team was going to be one thing and you were going to get one outcome, and then a completely different turn of events started unraveling for them. They've been battling injuries all season. Preseason All Big Ten selection Shea Colley, one of the most anticipated Michigan State players this year, has only played 6 games this season due to her knee injury. Her last game was against Indiana on December 28th. The Indiana game was also the last game that Victoria Gaines played before tearing her MCL. Cook also lost for the season after tearing her Achilles tendon in practice on January 29th. And even by the second half against Maryland on February 3rd, 4 of the 5 starters from the first game of the season were not available due to injury. Only Clouden finished the game against Maryland as McCutcheon was injured in the 3rd quarter with her foot.
Yeah, Michigan State has been battered with injuries all year, as you mentioned. Not the outcome Coach Susie Merchant wanted, but a good opportunity for some younger players to step up and fill some important roles.
Absolutely, and I think that's just only going to propel them in the future. Young players with that experience is kind of rare, so that's going to help the Spartans later on.
Garentis takes only the 4th Rutgers three-pointer today. They're 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Michigan State going back to that 2-3 zone that we had talked about beforehand. Shot clock violation, and it is working.
I am really surprised Aurel Grantes did not shoot that, especially the type of player that she is. Kind of that almost Mamba mentality style is how she normally plays, and she's the one who wants to take the last shot, and with 2 seconds left on the clock, she passed it.
Clouden on the drive, can't get it to go. Tried to draw the foul there, but that's going to do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. Michigan State coming back, pulling to within 3. 2-3 zone seems to be paying off for the Spartans. Close game here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Michigan State Rutgers on BTN+. It's all Spartans there in that 3rd quarter. We take a look at some 3rd quarter stats. Michigan State pulling back to within 3. Rutgers still on top in the rebounding department, but Michigan State has them in the assists.
Well, that's the first quarter that Michigan State pulled away from Rutgers in scoring, outscoring them 15-11, continuing to fight back from a tough first quarter deficit of 21-13.
The one stat that's been the biggest for Michigan State underneath as Bellis lays that one off the glass is the 3-point shooting. Spartans 7 of 20. Kayla Bellis, nice job there, kisses that one off the glass. Spartans now down only 1.
And their 3rd quarter, that 3-point game really helped propel them. 75% from the 3, shooting 3 for 4 outside.
Wallace Garentis swinging it around. Giles pulls up from the baseline. That one's off the side of the backboard. And another shot clock violation for Rutgers. Coach Susie Merchant picking apart this Rutgers offense with that 2-3 zone.
And I'm sure it felt nice for some Spartans, a couple of them, to stuff Mac after she's had 3 blocks herself on a bunch of these Spartan dogs. They kind of got to get some revenge on her on that last one.
Spartans looking to take the lead. Taryn McCutcheon calling for Bellis. Screen's coming. Aralt drives into the lane. Gets the foul, but can't get it to go. Michigan State is just attacking from the inside. So Aralt goes to the line. 60% free throw shooter. Gets the first one to go. Crowd is really starting to pick up here in the Breslin Center. Julia Aralt
Freshman guard out of Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan, gives the Spartans the lead.
For the first time since the game since MSU led by 3 in the first quarter with 8 minutes and 58 seconds left on the clock in the first.
Crowd starting to get into it now. Sanders up top for Rutgers. Screen coming from Wallace. Kicks it over to Mack for 3. Rutgers 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. Clouden was the last one to touch that. So it's going to stay with the Scarlet Knights.
MSU has only led for 1 minute and 15 seconds of tonight's game, with Rutgers leading for almost the entire game, 28 minutes tonight.
We got ourselves a good one for sure. Spartans coming all the way back. Giles over to Sanders from deep, and she connects from beyond the arc. First three-pointer of the game for Rutgers.
If I'm Michigan State, that's fine with me. You can shoot all the threes you guys want because we know that your game is in the paint. So I'll let that one go if I'm Michigan State.
Clouden on the drive, throwing it up, tries to draw the foul again. Good rebound from Bellis. Can't get that one to go. Rebound by Wallace. Sanders setting up the offense for the Scarlet Knights with a 2-point lead. Sanders, shot fake and the drive, gets that one to go from the baseline. Back-to-back buckets for her, and now extending the lead to 4. She is locked in right now as she guards Clouden. Shot from McCutcheon from deep, off the front iron. Good board by Bellis, blocked away by Wallace. Nice save there from Sanders.
Great block by Wallace, and something that might have gotten her hyped up for tonight's game. She said a ritual she has before her games is to listen to Jersey club music. I'm just picturing Wallace fist pumping in the locker room.
It's that Rutgers Jersey connection, of course.
Absolutely.
Foul on the floor. Gonna stay with Rutgers. Gonna go to Michigan State now.
Parks coming back in for Michigan State, subbing out Bellis, who has been working very hard underneath. There's the foul right there.
Parks coming back in, as you said.
See if she can carry that momentum that Bellis has been keeping up. I mean, she's been getting offensive boards and going back up strong with them, so I need to see some of that from Bellis down there as well. Parks, my bad.
Lexi, what's been working in this comeback for the Spartans?
Absolutely, their 2-3 zone has been keeping pressure on them. McCutcheon for 3 right here. And that's another thing that's been helping the Spartans, though, is their shooting has been extremely night and day difference better tonight than their last 5 games. They were shooting a low percentage of 30% from the field and 25% from outside in those last few games.
That last game against Northwestern shot just 16% in the third quarter in Evanston. Giles has it into the corner for Sanders. Sanders trying to make a move. And she turns it over. Just a little bit too fancy there. Spartans ball down by 4, just under 6 to go. Tori Osmond's going to check in for Julia Aralt, who's been playing really well for the Spartans. Trying to get a little bit more experience as the sophomore Osmond coming back in. Clouden hands it off to McCutcheon. Joyner has it up top, guarded by Garentes. Clouden looking for something, trying to make a move. Draws the foul there from Mack. Mack's played 34 minutes here in this game. 6 points, 8 rebounds. Just got her 4th foul, so you may expect her to get a substitution, but she waves it off.
It's kind of a ticky-tacky foul call, so I don't think coach is too worried about her.
Osmond looking down low for Parks. Michigan State trying to get the ball inside. Osmond, 2 on the shot clock, goes up with it. Can't get it to go. So a little bit of sloppy play from both teams, not watching the shot clock.
Osmond can absolutely get a little reckless, out of control a little bit on her drive, but you just have to appreciate that downhill train-like momentum that she brings because it's a threat.
Sanders taking it up now for Rutgers. Rutgers trying to break this 2-3 zone of Michigan State. Down on the baseline is Garantis, posting up Osmond. Back over to Giles, into Mack. Mack puts one up off the front iron and a rebound by Parks, and she's fouled on Giles.
Holly just came in for the Spartans on that last one. Bella's checking in, but we got a timeout.
Take a look here at that foul. Just a little bit too aggressive there from Giles. It's going to be Michigan State ball. 4-point game here. 4:42 to play. Don't go anywhere. We got ourselves a good one. More Spartan basketball here on BTN Plus. Back in East Lansing. 4-point game, just under 5 to play. Lexi, after that timeout, Michigan State's clawed their way all the way back, down by only 4 now. What do you think Coach Susie Merchant was saying to her team?
I think she just really emphasized the importance of leadership. You know, she's been saying lately that she needed some of these veterans to step up, and McCutcheon tonight, she's been playing really well. She said that she has to take the ownership and realize that as seniors and veterans, we can't come out and play like that. So I think tonight they've just done a lot better job of team basketball and working together.
McCutcheon trying to find some help. Clouden comes back, 5 to shoot. Clouden driving, Aralt in the corner, McCutcheon can't get it off. Once again, a little bit of miscommunication there from the Spartans on the shot clock violation. Not what Coach Susie Merchant drew up during that timeout.
Aralt was wide open. I know she wanted to swing it over to a wide open McCutcheon for a made 3-point basket, but the shot clock says, Aralt, you have to shoot the basketball.
Rutgers trying to extend their lead now. Michigan State still in that 2-3 zone. Nia Holly in now. One of those scrappy players from Michigan State. Down low is Garantis, but good help defense there from Holly. Garantis squeaks free and lays it off the glass. Great finish
and
from
that
her.
Spin, yeah, just like butter off of her defender right there.
Pass just took a little bit too long to get to Aralt. She was open there in the corner. And if you consider the way Michigan State's defended Garantis tonight, 10 points on 5 of 14 shooting. Coming in, she was tied for 3rd in the Big Ten, averaging 19 points. So you can see Michigan State doing their job nicely against her tonight.
Absolutely.
McCutcheon pulls up top of the key for 3, buries it. 3-point game now. Spartans coming back once again. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter.
McCutcheon 4 for 9 from the 3 tonight.
All 12 points of hers coming from beyond the arc. That one close out of bounds. Over by the scores table here. And Mack can't save that one. It was going to be Spartans' ball here. Aralt to inbound for the Spartans, trailing by 3.
I must say I've definitely become a big fan of Mack for Rutgers tonight.
Inside to Bellis, and she draws the foul on Wallace. Good quick pass there from Taryn McCutcheon. Just seeing a lane and executing. So Bellis is going to go to the line for 2. Bellis, a 52.5% free throw shooter. And she buries the first tonight. 2-point game. 2.5 to go here in East Lansing. Shot up and good.
It's a 1-point game tonight at the Breslin Center, and Michigan State is trying to get the crowd on their feet.
Michigan State bench doing a really nice job getting the crowd on their feet, as you said. Getting some noise in here, making it difficult for Rutgers to get the plays off. Garantis into Wallace. Good help, D. Clouden. And it's going to be Michigan State ball on the forced turnover from Nia Clouden.
Oh, and you have to give hats off to Clouden on that one, because she is there, and that's the helper basketball that Michigan State typically plays. You had the defender fronting the post, because that's where the threat is the post, and she got the pass off all the way from the opposite wing over her head into the paint, and Clouden right there with the sneaky hands to take that one away.
Catching a little bump there. Clouden inside trying to find Bellis. Bellis basically being double teamed down low. Clouden into the corner for Joyner. Triple! Maura Joyner connects from 3, puts the Spartans up by 2. Breslin Center is rocking right now. Look at the pass from Nia Clouden into the corner for Joyner.
Her sweet spot right there. You could tell that one was going in the second it touched her hands.
Rutgers trying to answer. Garantis down low, pulls up, off the iron, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, up again. And a foul on the floor. Foul on Julia Aralt, so it's going to send Garantis to the line.
Garantis just relentless, not giving up. They're actually going to take this one from underneath. And Clouden is off to the races on this one.
In transition, contact, can't get it to go, but she's going to go to the line for 2.
And that is absolutely the person that you want on the line if you're Michigan State. With 1:18 left in the fourth quarter, she's shooting 81% from the charity line, so she's going to shoot 2 right now.
1 for 2 tonight from the free throw line. You saw the foul there. Michigan State bench absolutely loving the intensity. Gets the first to go. Extends the lead to 3 now. Just under 1:20 to play here. Clouden gets it to go. Spartans up by 4. Crowd is on their feet. Sanders trying to save some time. Inside to Garantis. Shot fake goes up and gets the foul. Good shot fake there by Garantis. And for Rutgers, you know what to do when you're trailing by 4 late in the fourth. Who do you give it to? Your best player, Arella Garantis.
Absolutely. And right before her shot right there, the play that coach drew up, brilliant. She came around a circle screen for a wide open look at the basket, and her free throw is good.
Garantis connects on the first. And the second.
And it's
2-point
back
game.
to, yep, absolutely.
Looking up, McCutcheon. Bellis wanted it down low. Couldn't get it there quick enough. 1 minute to go.
Looks like Rutgers is going to stick to trying to play good defense, no fouls, and try to get the ball back, hopefully for them after a Michigan State miss to come back and tie the game up.
McCutcheon trying to get it in down low. Has Bellis. 3 to go on the shot clock. Inside, puts it up. Can't get it to hit any part of the iron. So it's going to be a turnover for Michigan State. Trying to kill the clock, but kills too much and turns the ball over back to the Scarlet Knights. 36 to go.
And I know she wanted it sooner, Bellis did, but at the last second, she had it wide open after she was doing jumping jacks in the paint for probably 20 seconds. Just couldn't make contact, though, and that's going to be a turnover, like you said, David.
36 seconds to go. 2-point game. We got ourselves a tight one. We'll see what happens. Final 30 when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You're on BTN Plus. Crowd is rocking here. 2-point game. 36 seconds to go. Rutgers ball. You have to think the play call is for Arella Garantis. Into Giles. That one popped up in the air. Michigan State can't come away with it. Sanders setting it up. 25 to go. Garantis, top of the key. Sanders shot fake, drives. Foul is going to be on the floor.
That's a good foul.
She had a wide open lane to the basket there.
Wide open lane, and it went in after the whistle, so good choice by senior McCutcheon. Just tap her right there and let them try to make a bucket on a retry.
So Sanders will take it down low into Mack. Foul on Aralt. Shot clock, game clock virtually identical. So now it's going to go away, so Rutgers can hold for the last shot.
I don't know why Aralt fouled right away on that one. I don't know if they're trying to get into bonus just in case.
Had a couple of fouls to give, so Susie Merchant thought it was best. Knows how important of a game this is. 17 to go. Rutgers trailing by 2 with the ball. When we come back on BTN Plus. Tight one here. Sideline out of bounds for Rutgers. 17 to go in the game. Trailing by 2. Ball gets in to Garantis. Up top to Sanders. Guarded by McCutcheon.
And they're back in man-to-man defense for this last play.
Sanders drives to the hoop. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Out of bounds. Michigan State ball. 5.5 to go. Sanders had the shot she wanted, but couldn't get it to fall.
Oh, yeah, that's got to hurt. That's one of those, every basketball player's been there, but right now is not the time that Rutgers needed that to happen. That might have just passed up their chance at taking the number 4 spot in the big.
And a close play, so the referees are going to go over to the monitor and see who it was out on last. See if we can get one quick look to see. Looked like it was out on Giles. I think it was Giles or Mack down low. Yeah, it was Giles. It's so close when you slow that down, but the referee was right there on top of it. So if the call stands and it's Michigan State ball, walk me through what's going through the players' minds right now.
Foul. That is what would be going through my mind. I am sending them to the line and taking my chance at them making a free throw and just having to make a 3 to come back and put the game into overtime. That might just be their only option. Of course, you're going to go for the steal first, but at the end of the day, you're going to go for the foul.
So if you're Coach Susie Merchant, do you want to try and put in your best free throw shooters at this point, or are you going for best available?
Oh, yeah, definitely have your best free throw shooters in, but here's another look right here. She tried to throw
Looks
that
like
back
that
off
one's
of
out on
Taryn,
Giles.
but definitely looking like it's out on Rutgers right there. But, yeah, with Susie Merchant, you just are holding the basketball.
And the referee signaled Michigan State ball. 5.5 to go. Michigan State trying to snap a 5-game losing skid with 5.5 seconds to go.
So like I said, if you're Michigan State, you just want to hold the basketball. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. And it's no surprise to anyone that Michigan State hasn't been doing too well in the turnover category. So I will get sent to the line before I'm going to try and pass the ball at all.
So Michigan State, now Susie Merchant playing a little strategy, calls a timeout of her own so she can get the ball on sideline out of bounds in Michigan State half. Breslin Center is rocking right now. Fans waiting to see the outcome of this game. So are we. 5.5 to go. Don't go anywhere on BTN Plus. Aralt to inbound for the Spartans. Clouden at midcourt. It'll be Aralt, Bellis, Joyner, McCutcheon, and Clouden. McCutcheon has it, and they're going to foul her right away with 4.2 to go.
Quick foul, smart from Rutgers, only shed a second off the clock.
So Jordan Wallace is going to come back in for Rutgers. Davenport to the bench. Wallace has been fantastic tonight. 8 of 13 from the field with 17 points and 9 rebounds. First one for McCutcheon, gets it to go.
Puts Michigan State in a great position. Like I said, now if they want to go into overtime, they have to make a 3, but that brings it to a 4-point lead. Looking pretty steep for Rutgers, pretty nice for Michigan State right now, David.
Vivian Stringer calling the timeout. 4-point game, Michigan State on top, 4.2 to go. Tight one, let's see what Rutgers can do here offensively. Stay tuned, good one going. 4.2 to go, 4-point game. Rutgers, 1 of 6 from 3 tonight. Gonna need one if they want to come back in this ball game. Have to think it's gonna be Garentis or Sanders.
And Michigan State in a good spot right now. Keep
Inbound to
off.
Wallace. Wallace underneath, easy lay-in. Brings them within 2. Have to try and go for the turnover or the foul here.
Already went for the foul before the ball got passed in.
Referee's gonna come together and discuss this one. You see the replay on Wallace. And another timeout from Susie Merchant. So a little bit of back and forth strategy-wise. Susie Merchant understanding how important this game is. 2.6 to go. MSU up by 2 with the ball inbounding. Lexi, you played basketball, so many close games. What's Susie Merchant saying to her girls right now?
I mean, absolutely. She's just saying, you did the right thing. Just let her get the layup. It's our ball with 2 seconds left on the clock. And we're going to do the same thing we did last time. Once the ball gets in your hands, cup it like you're playing football and just let them tackle you if that's what they're going to do. And get on the line, finish this game off strong and confident.
MSU now out of timeouts. Rutgers does have one. Only 2 seconds to go, though, so some strategy here that you have to take into mind. If Rutgers is playing sharp, MSU can't get bailed out on a timeout or anything like that.
And
have to watch the 5-second violation.
This is a big one for Michigan State. Like we were talking about all game, losing 5 games, a lot of injuries, a kind of inexperienced team, a lot of young players, and to battle back after being down for 33 minutes of this game and to come back like this is incredible for them.
Aralt to inbounds on the side for the Spartans. See if they go with the same play. McCutcheon has it. 1.3 left. Foul called, so Taryn McCutcheon, the senior, will go to the line for the Spartans.
McCutcheon, just an incredible leader.
3 players in double digits for the Spartans tonight. McCutcheon has 14 now. Clouden has 10. And Bellis with 10 as well. Referee's taking a look at something over there.
Possibly just
probably checking
the clock was stopped at the right time.
Exactly, checking the time to make sure that the exact moment the whistle was called, they're going to put that much time back on. So about 1 second left here.
McCutcheon, who's going to be shooting at the line, she's currently 22nd all-time in scoring with 1,120 points. She's only 23 points away. That was before tonight's game started. From tying Spartans' Julie Polakowski with 1,143 points.
Yeah, Taryn McCutcheon is definitely going to go down as one of the great Spartan players. There's no doubt about that. She's currently tied for 9th in the Big Ten in three-point field goals made with 45. She can add 4 more to that tonight.
And she's only 22 assists away from breaking the school record of 574 assists held by her current assistant coach, Kristen Haney, from the 2001 to 2005.
McCutcheon also had 5 assists tonight. 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Some of the best stat lines from the night. Nia Clouden, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. 38 minutes for both Clouden and McCutcheon, so virtually the whole game for them. But that's what you got to do. Sometimes when you're in need of a win, you have to keep your best players out there, and I think they know that as well. So they're going to add 0.3 seconds back, so now 1.6 seconds remaining. First one for McCutcheon goes. Spartans can smell victory. 1.6 left, and McCutcheon buries the second. 4-point game. Now, Coach Vivian Stringer is going to call a timeout of her own. She wants to talk it over and talk some strategy. We'll be back for the final second in East Lansing. Don't go anywhere. You'll want to watch the end. 1.5 to go. Rutgers to inbound. Mack with the ball. Into Sanders. Looking for someone. Has Garentis. Garentis has to throw up a shot. And that's going to do it. Spartans snap a 5-game win streak with a 57-53 win over Rutgers at the Breslin Center. What a comeback from the Spartans.
Absolutely, only leading for about 2 minutes in tonight's game, and that one's gotta feel good for Michigan State and Susie Merchant.
Taryn McCutcheon, the leader for the Spartans with 16 points. 3 Spartans in double digits, McCutcheon, Clouden, and Bellis. Lexi, what was so crucial to Michigan State's comeback tonight?
Man, it was just Susie Merchant. You kind of have to give her credit right here. She really switched up the defense and threw them into something that was going to work for them against this Rutgers paint presence.
Spartans snap a 5-game losing skid with a 4-point victory at home. For our entire crew here at the Breslin Center of tonight's broadcast, I'm David Greenberg alongside Alexis Ayala, signing off for BTN Plus, saying so long and have a great night.